think we're going live right now.
We're back.
Whoa.
Sorry about that. A little technical difficulties. Of course, we're bringing on the show, doing our best here at the production crew.
First time on the road that it went down. That's not too bad.
No, not bad at all. I'm surprised that this doesn't happen. Knowing like me and you.
Oh, yeah.
But the team is doing everything right now to get things back up and running. Shout out to the crew. The production crew is fantastic. We have so many wires. We have so much
Stop
stuff.
with the cables.
Yeah.
If there's anybody out there that knows cable management, like if you want to start a media company, you don't like cables, don't start a media company.
People talk about this, like the cloud.
Oh my
I still
God.
see all the wires, so we got to figure out the cloud. But it sounds like we got Natalie back. We got Natalie back right now. Natalie, can you hear us? Okay,
We're good to go, JR?
We're gonna pick up here in a moment. We're gonna pick up now. We left off. We can just re-ask the question,
Yes.
and we'll pick it back up.
Okay, so Natalie, you brought in iShowSpeed so well. He's a part of the ideation process. You got Mother, which is one of the best ad agencies, independent ad agencies out there. You got a dream team here. My question to you is, what advice do you have for other heads of marketing, other CMOs out there, if they want to work with a creator as well?
Yeah, I think that, first of all, I would say that as we were talking about in the previous question, I think the most important thing is don't be so prescriptive. Like these people are super talented and they've got to where they've got to today because they know their audience. So bring them into the brainstorm, let them sort of help you navigate the channels where they are performing well in. I mean, we had never worked on Twitch before, and now we're working with one of the biggest Twitch creators. So they can also be really like a big learning, journey for you to work in channels that you haven't worked with before. So I think lean into their audience, lean into their creativity, let them be part of the conversation. And also I think that it's a partnership, right? It's not just a paid play. So you want to actually have conversations. You want to understand what their aspirations are for the partnership and what our aspirations are. That's when obviously the magic happens. And then finally, I'd say that I really strongly believe if you're going to be doing a partnership of this magnitude, doing something for a short period of time is not worth it. Like it builds over time, it compounds, similar to brand marketing. And I think, thinking of this as a long-term strategy is also super important, because we obviously want people to come along the journey with us, and obviously for our brand equity to compound over time during these partnerships as well. So I think it's really teaching us a new way of leaning in, and it's been wonderful so far. So agree that we have the dream team, and hopefully we're going to see much more from iShowSpeed and Expedia.
So I want to ask about what is the involvement with Mother? It sounds like you just kind of have this. You just have a team and you're all just kind of working on it together. But I think a lot of ad agencies they're thinking about, okay, how do we fit in with creators? How do we best serve clients and best serve creators to help with whatever it may be. So I guess my question, obviously this has been a success so far. What has Mother LA done? The Jedheads, as I like to call them. What have they done in this situation?
So I think that they have been super helpful for defining working. We've got a very strong in-house team as well, and working to help us define the overall creative strategy with so they've been the conduit between sort of what our business goals are and what Speed's business goals are, and bringing something together that feels super authentic to both parties. So they've put together the creative idea. They've brought in incredible directors to help shoot it. They've managed all the production, all of the asset delivery with my wonderful team. And they've been a real true partner to us. And I think that's, honestly, I have to give them props, because I think they're one of the best agencies we've worked with. They're super collaborative. Actually, Mr. Ben Bliss, who is the creative director there, he actually used to work at Expedia. So I think maybe that's why it's such a natural fit. They do a lot for us, and they're just really an extension of our team. And they've been very collaborative also with Speed's management. Speed's management's been on every call. I'm really proud of it.
How do you nail this guy down? iShowSpeed, this guy's everywhere. I don't understand how we nailed him down even to just shoot the spot that you had.
I know. Well, I mean, that's a challenge. I think with every creator or celebrity partnership, diary management is a freaking art. It takes ages to sort of get these dates, but yeah, he's got a very cool team, and I mean, he's got so much going on. I'm sure you guys have been watching his FIFA live streams, and they're getting like crazy numbers. I think the recent game that he was streaming got like over 6.5 million views, and in like live streams. It's been insane. So I think we've been very lucky that we've launched this at a time when he is so popular.
Right.
So we managed to get time with him, and he spent a whole day doing all those activities. He did not have a stunt double, so that was him.
Yeah. No stunt double, Gino. Don't even think about
No
asking
stunt
about
double.
that. You wish, buddy.
Wish we can put you next time and wear the yellow mannequin.
Yeah.
How about that?
Great. That sounds
Drop
like a plan.
you in.
I
Put you
don't
on a
have health
bungee jump.
insurance. We do not have health insurance. I need to
Okay,
remind
get
you of
that.
that.
Get
so
that
we'll
before
get that
this,
first,
yeah.
and then I will become a human
A
mannequin.
couple more years, buddy.
Yeah, we'll see about that.
Maybe do a less crazy trip. Do
so-
the massage.
So now, I mean, you're setting, I would say, a bit of a blueprint here you just say you're like creating a whole. I mean, I know people say this, but you're actually creating like this very big, like almost media company around the iShowSpeed thing. Like you've got a website, you've got a clipping channel, you've got the work with iShowSpeed, you got like the launch spot. So it just seems like, and you're saying it's going to be a long-term thing. It makes more sense when everyone knows ahead of time that this is like a long-term play.
More to
Totally.
come.
Yeah, it would be a lot to do for a short-term play, and I think it's just the other amazing thing is he's been such an incredible travel, even though he's not known necessarily as the travel influencer. He's traveled to so many places. So we've had all of these old clippings where he's been in obviously continents such as Africa, in USA, etc. And we've been able to take advantage of all that historic content and populate it on the website as well. So it's been a really rich territory for us to get into.
Awesome. And my last thing, you would see people were like, or you could see people being like, oh, using iShowSpeed, I feel like his audience like skews a little bit younger.
Yeah.
But so if you're thinking about like who's booking the travel, I guess what's like your response to that, to like the selection of why iShowSpeed? Because he is like such a prominent travel creator, and like that makes sense. Because like I could see people being like, well, only like little kids watch iShowSpeed.
Yeah. Well, Denise watches iShowSpeed.
That's right, exactly.
I think that was the whole sort of moment there, because we didn't want to put his fans into a box. There's many people. I mean, I don't know if you guys have watched his live streams, but I had never watched his live stream until our one happened, and I was absolutely captivated. It was so cool. It was so brilliant. I was like, oh my God, now I understand why people watch this. And like people from me to Denise to little kids, everybody is watching his stuff. And that's why when we put the microsite together, what we were very conscious of is we had to have things that went from sort of just booking an attraction, so just booking like a speedboat tour or a food tour, versus booking a hotel or the full trip. So obviously on Expedia, you get all of these amazing things in one place. So the key thing was, do we have something for everyone? Because his fans are not in a box. He's got just such a diverse community of people that follow him. So you can find anything on there, literally. I think you see from the ad, from the food tour to some of the more crazier activities, you can book them depending on who you are and how much you want to spend.
Well, Natalie, thank you so much for joining. Fantastic to chat as always. We will be back with you for phase 3, 4, 5,
Great.
6, 7,
I love
8,
it.
and 9. So, but congrats
it.
again,
Thanks, guys.
and thank you so much.
Nice to speak to you again.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
All right.
Ooh, I like this song.
We got the little song, a little reset intro.
The finale, the finale of MASH, you know that show?
Yes.
106 million views. Why am I bringing this up?
Okay.
The ubiquity the ubiquity of television sitcoms back then, because there was no media fragmentation that we have today, is just absurd to me, that you can get half of America to watch one TV show. Now we see it with the Super Bowl, of course, but this was a
106
normal
a TV show.
And like 6 million now, like that's a lot compared to all the options that you have out there of somebody joining iShowSpeed's.
It's crazy.
stream.
It's so difficult. It's so
crazy.
hard. Well, let's move on. Our last
They had
guest.
it on easy mode back
Our
then.
last guest. Last guest is the founder of Creator Academy NYC. He also runs SIFC, but he was also the host of Creator Beach at Cannes.
Was he the MVP creator at Cannes?
He had to be.
Dude's been
he's
working
the host.
his ass off.
He was the host, so he's gonna, and he gets it. He understands, marketing, brand, creators, all of this. So excited to chat with him. Has Cannes been taken over by creators? Is this the new Coachella? Where do creators fit in? All these questions will be answered right now with Brett Deshevsky. Brett, welcome to the show.
Hello. I see just a green screen.
Oh, he sees just the green.
Can the audience see him?
Nah, we'll get that fixed, Brett. Thank you for calling that out, though. That's good.
Am I not visible? But can you hear me?
Yeah, you're all good. Yeah, you're all good.
I'm like the voice of God out here.
No, you're good. We got everything set up. But Brett, how are you feeling right now?
I'm feeling good. If the camera is on, you can see I'm wearing my French Riviera hat that hasn't come off.
Of course.
It's like that episode of what's it called? The one from HBO or Netflix where the guy's like he's still wearing the hat. I forget what it's called.
I don't remember.
Robinson.
Oh yeah.
Safari hat.
I'm still wearing the hat. I'm feeling good. It was an incredible week. I'm excited to answer your questions because I have a lot of thoughts, and I know we only have a little bit of time here.
Right.
But I'm feeling good, and the jet lag is actually treating me well because I'm going to bed earlier and I'm waking up earlier, and I hope I can keep
that going.
Our new breaking news graphic is that Brett, well rested, is going to be
new sleep cycle.
New sleep cycle unlocked. Where do you want to begin?
Let's just set the context and maybe you can ask a question. Yeah. I think this year there was like 300 to 500 creators that showed up at Cannes this year. We'll say 500 just to make it sound more dramatic here. 500 creators stormed the beaches of Cannes this year. And Brett, you were working your ass off, like I said, hosting pretty much every panel in the creator track at Cannes Lions International Festival of Creativity here. So what do we want to talk about with the guy that is basically leading the creators and teaching them the way of Cannes?
Well, yeah, I want to ask about what was it like? What was the energy inside Creator Beach? It was the first time where Cannes actually had dedicated programming like this on the beach. So overall, how was it?
Yeah, great question. First of all, the creators storming the beach in France. Our great grandparents are proud of the beaches we're storming. That's a history joke for Happy 250 America. There was a lot of talk about creators taking over Cannes. I think Scott Galloway had a really great video that he posted about how, the creator economy is kind of, the theme of Cannes this year, which is great. And we love to hear it. But most importantly, I think it's important to note that when we say these creators that were here at Cannes, it wasn't just big splashy creators, right, that were all here on brand deals. There were a lot of creators that I met at the Creator Beach that were actually here on their own dime, choosing to attend Cannes by way of it being an investment for them to learn and to meet people. And I think that is just very important for people to understand that you don't need a brand deal to come to Cannes. It is expensive, but it is like going to any other conference. And if you see an ROI in attending and you make the most of it, you can buy a ticket. You don't need to be invited to Cannes. You can literally buy a ticket. And I think because the conference is becoming more accessible, right? There's so much zeitgeist around it. It is the festival of creativity. You are seeing people choose to go to Cannes as their milestone conference moment for their professional life. And I think that is just an incredibly important thing. And also a lot of programming this year, because I emceed last year as well when the Creator Beach, or rather the Creator stage, was on the Palais rooftop, right? So this year it was in a much more prominent location. The conversations this year through the programming, and shout out to the Lions team for curating, was much more geared towards creators in the mix and actual creators talking, as opposed to marketers talking on stage about their kind of, successful campaigns with creators. And so there was a lot of conversations around monetization, around creators in the creative process. And so I just think it's great to see that, yes, truly, hey, we're saying this is the year of creators, that let's include them in the conversation. And that was definitely seen and felt at the Creator Beach.
I love this. And then talk to me about the people that attended. Did you see brand marketers showing up to these panels, asking questions? Were they hungry to learn from these creators?
Definitely, there was a nice diverse mix of folks that were present at the beach for sure. And so You did have creators. You had a lot of agency owners that were there, and then you did have brand marketers, especially for a lot of the the top conversations. So you had marketers from DoorDash or UTA or agencies that are working with Fortune 500 companies. Like people were genuinely showing up to tune in to the programming, which was high quality. I mean, you had like Dan Clancy from Twitch speaking. Mel Robbins spoke. There was very high tier people. So it did invite a lot of folks. And I think the Creator Beach was the most underrated area at Cannes. Like it's tucked away still, but it wasn't a more prominent area. But like the sheer quality of conversations and the accessibility of the panelists on stage is like nothing you're getting anywhere else. For example, like Mel Robbins spoke on our stage and Stephen Bartlett. There was no security. There were no like ropes that were blocking the stage. And then afterwards, these people were able to go and say hi to the crowd. If you went anywhere else at Cannes and saw these people speak, there was like 3 security guards in front. It made it seem like that they're like these larger than life, like untouchable people, where like the Creator Beach knocked that all down. And like that alone is worth it for a ticket. And that's why you were able to see creators, marketers, entrepreneurs all show up to the Creator Beach this year for that programming, and also just to like network, because the whole environment was conducive to like connection. Like it wasn't just like take a seat and listen. It was like, sure, if you want to go in the back and have a coffee or a drink and chat it up, like go for it. And then there was a ton of like smooth activations going on where you can like kind of roam around the quote unquote beach, which I thought was really strong.
There's so much hype around it, and you also like you have to acknowledge the obvious thing of like Cannes Lions benefits from having more creators there because it brings in more brands, brings in more money, et cetera, all that. And you can contrast like the hype with like what's actually happening in the creator world. Like we just talked with Natalie Wills at Expedia about what they're doing with iShowSpeed, which is like an amazing creator partnership that like actually works, that isn't just like, here, make a video about Expedia, whatever, that's it. So I want to ask you, like, based on everything that you heard this week in the creator world and how they're working with brands, what are like the actual tangible ways that you're seeing brands working with creators that's working right now?
Yeah, great question. I think the biggest takeaway that I had was that you have to include creators in the creative process. Like that was almost like the most recurring conversation actually from both marketers and from creators. And so there's alignment on that front. And perhaps it still needs to kind of be permeated through other brands, especially if you're just getting started with creator marketing. You obviously might feel a little like, wait, aren't we supposed to be like controlling the creative around it? It's like, no, let creators cook. You have to give them a seat at the table, because you're not just partnering with them purely for their distribution. You're partnering with them because of the way they connect with their audiences, right? That's why you're choosing to partner with them and their creative abilities. And so that was a huge takeaway. And that's honestly what we're seeing. Like when I ultimately do a campaign, let's say for Lovable or for Gamma, whomever, shout out those brands, they are giving me a brief and like guardrails, right? Which I need. And then they say, do your thing, like create your creative within these guardrails. And it's like, thank you, this is good, because I need those constraints to create the creative, but you're going to let me say what I want to say. And that's incredibly important. And I know there's a lot of brands out there, some of the biggest in the world and some of the most prominent, that are doing work with creators that still today have a lot of control over the creative and say, oh, you shouldn't say that. It's like, dude, you're just going to make creators not want to work with you. And also like, you're going to stand wondering like, hey, is creator, investment the right thing for us? If things aren't performing. It's like, you need to let the creators cook. And then finally, I think Eugene Healy said it best, the creator Eugene Healy. He basically mentioned about how brands need to be investing in long-term partnerships, and that what we're seeing and what we're going to see more of is about leveraging creators as long-term brand builders versus short-term demand capture. And if that you truly want to see the investment return on your creator marketing, you have to find those creators that you want to invest deeply with and grow with them recurringly. No different than you partner with an agency for a long time. Partner with a creator for a long time and let them cook with their audience, because the audience now needs to build trust with that messaging that's coming forth. And you're only going to really see that investment if you put time into it.
Yeah, it's like you like build the funnel with the creator. Like you don't have a different creator for performance and a different creator for, you can kind of, if it's the right like niche audience. This works primarily for B2B. If you have a solid, strong enough audience, you can, over the course of like a longer campaign, you can build the whole funnel just with that creator, I feel like. You can start with the awareness, and it's like the best performing thing possible, and then build the funnel down until like, after a few months, then you can start like really pushing product.
And then you get the ManyChat links going.
Yeah, you get the shout out ManyChat, and that makes sense.
I had a problem that, Brett, you actually fixed for me in your answer about the like bringing creators into the ideation process, I had a problem with that because it's a lot more work. But the way that you framed it and like how a brand should do it, of like, here's a brief, here are the parameters around what you can and can't do, that's clean. You put the thought into what you want out of it. I've always interpreted, I'm sure there's these scenarios where the brand's like, I don't really know what I want to do with Creator Economy New York, so let's get into a brainstorm session and let's figure it out together. I feel like that's a separate fee. And like,
It is.
that's a whole different conversation. Like you should be getting paid for that. But the fact that you kind of clarified that there's a brief and you go off that makes a lot more sense to me.
If you want to do creator marketing at scale, obviously you can't get on a one-on-one conversation with every creator and do that deep kind of creative. That's a whole different type of partnership. So exactly. If you have a good brief, and like I think great influencer marketers, great creator marketers are actually great brief writers.
Yeah,
They will be able to have the do's and the don'ts. And the best agencies also do this really well. I want to give a shout out to Creator Match and team. They do a lot of B2B marketing. They always have really great briefs when they're working with their creators and like clear do and don'ts and here are examples. And that speeds up the process and allows them to run these campaigns at scale. Yeah. And I know that not all companies are able to do that to an extent, but creating a brief is I think is simpler than ever nowadays. And like there's a very clear format around it. Another just quick point. I know that you mentioned, the Coachella for creators, the Met Gala for creators. I really hate these terms because I wish my face could be seen right now. I really hate these terms because it's not the Coachella for creators. It's not the Met Gala for creators. It's Cannes Lion. It's Cannes Lion, period, the end. Like Cannes Lion is its own thing. It's not the Super Bowl of X. It's not the Met Gala. It's Cannes Lion. And I get it that it's new to a lot of folks, but obviously, for us in the marketing industry, this is the pinnacle conference. And I know that the best way to kind of break it down for someone is like, oh, Cannes Lion is like the Met Gala or the Super Bowl. It's Cannes Lion. And I really hope that it starts to just be Cannes Lion because that, put some respect on the name. Cannes Lion.
Thank you.
So just all these comparisons, I'm like, no. It's not the Super Bowl of XYZ. It's Cannes Lion. It's its own thing. And so I hope that as it continues to grow in the space that we operate in, right, in creator economy, creators, that just kind of becomes the way it's described.
There needs to, I think, the battle now is like bringing in creators into like the actual Cannes Lions Awards and festival. I think that's like the last thing. I had a take a couple days ago. I don't know if I shared it on air, but I said in the next couple years you're going to see categories that are creator specific for winning like a gold lion. Yeah. I think that is how you really. That's how you like build the respect. Like you get even the creators that might be exposed to like the festival or not really know that much about it. Like obviously we know how important it is, but I think the next step is like, how do you award the best creativity with creators?
I think they have something like that, like social.
There is social and creator.
It needs to be the prominence and like the fact that we don't know that.
Yes.
Right now, that's a mistake.
Like I know Dr. Pepper won because of the Dr. Pepper jingle with the creator that they did.
Yes.
And they had the creator join them on stage and brought the creator into it. I think you need to see more of that. I think you
put that on the Thursday show, the Friday show.
And have like the creator who's a part of it be celebrated and have them up on stage and have a stake in it.
Can I ask a question to Brett?
Yes.
About the role of agencies right now with creators. You mentioned that there are some brands that are great at writing briefs, Brett, but it's hard to develop that in-house function for some brands. So you said Creator Match was a good agency that does it. Where are we at right now in the role of agencies versus brands controlling the creator marketing function?
Great question. I think that most of the larger companies, right, the big Fortune 500 companies are working with agencies, and those agencies are kind of controlling the full suite of creative for the brand, right? And so with SIFC, we're a common intelligence platform. We work with a ton of agencies that are using our tool to dive deep in the comments across posts they're handling or competitor, just general viral moments, and we're seeing that they're handling influencer, they're handling social, and maybe some experiential stuff, and so. I think if you're a larger company and you're doing that marketing at scale, you kind of need an agency. It's just, you got to tap into the folks that like they're fully focused on this. The smaller companies, even some of the startups, even like a Lovable, et cetera, like a lot of them are handling those stuff in-house. It just depends how far you want to scale. But I think more and more, like the agency model is not going anywhere. It's only becoming more powerful, more needed, especially since there's a lot more to handle. And I know for a fact that, look, there are the people at the brands, they do not want to be dealing directly with creators. Like it becomes a lot because you got to be negotiating. You're sometimes dealing with their talent management. Like there is so much work that goes on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't realize. They think a brand deal just comes to a creator and like, that's it. Something goes to Alex Earl and it's like done. It's like, no. Like UTA is involved. It's a whole mess. And I'm telling you, like, Poppy and PepsiCo, like they're not dealing with Alex Earl directly. It's probably through their agency to an extent. And so the role of the agency is becoming so important. I think the work that y'all are doing is just like incredibly important to shine light on this space, because we do see these amazing campaigns come forward. We do see these Lions Awards, but no one realizes the work that goes on behind the scenes or the faces of those that goes on behind the scenes. And I just love that, like, it's getting it's kind of like light, and hopefully, people are, again, just putting more respect on the work of agencies.
Yeah, I thought the same thing too. I think because of the creator world and how effective it can be and how it's evolving so rapidly, there's never been more of a need for like subject matter experts that come from agencies oftentimes to deal with that function. Because I think you can just, as a brand, you can just get so much done quicker with an agency versus like more legacy styles of media.
Which allows
and
me...
they have the expertise. I was saying they have the expertise. Like they know this is how we're going to like work and negotiate with the creator, where it's a lot of brands like end up, having to do it in-house. It's just, they need to focus on their relationship with the agency and what they need to be feeding to the agency to set up for success, right? So there's a lot of kind of parts that are connected.
Yeah.
So fun question, and we could probably wrap with this. So Brett, knowing what you know now and seeing the future with the eye that you have, you're just starting out your career. Do you aim to be a creator today, a brand today, or do you try to create an agency today? What would you do, Brett?
Can I choose all three? If I had to choose one, though, I think I would absolutely strive to be a creator. But I wouldn't strive to be a creator in terms of like the element of, I'm going to be a creator for the sake of being a business and making money that way. Like I would strive to be a creator by just sharing my knowledge in terms of what I'm already know or what I'm doing, and kind of just let the spontaneity of putting myself out there take me to, where it lands. And so, my advice for anyone out there, if you work at an agency, if you work at a brand, right, you should be creating content. Like share your take on that DoorDash campaign you led, right? Share that, Nick Gallo from Loop, I want to see more content from him. And he might not consider himself a creator, but he has this knowledge that people want to hear, and it will open up opportunities for him. And that's how I entered this space, by way of just sharing my takes and sharing my thoughts. And like, it's led to amazing opportunities. But now more than ever, like people want to partner with creators. There's enough attention to go around. People are looking for that unique POV and that unique voice. And like, you never know that you can end up becoming a source of inspiration and a source of knowledge for people, despite that there's 20 other people that are talking about, your area. There's other people that talk about, advertising and marketing like you guys, but people tune into you guys because it's both of you. Each of you have your own unique POVs. And I think people need to kind of lean into that more. And as we say at Creator Economy NYC, fuck it, create it, and just get it out there.
That's electric. Well, it is so true though. Like there is more pie than you think. There's plenty of attention to go around. If you think your space is saturated right now, wait 5 years, wait 10 years, and you'll see. So there's still opportunity. There's still time for anyone who wants to be a creator. But Brett, you are the GOAT.
You are good.
Congrats.
I'll tell you what, he's
on a
good.
great week. I know you earned some relaxation, but we appreciate you coming on. Brett Deshevsky, founder of Creator Economy NYC and CIFC. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Good luck, guys. You guys crush it.
Thank you, Brett. That was Brett.
Great episode. Minus the part where we shut down for a minute.
My MVP is I think, you know what? The way that we were able to adapt and get back up. I think we were only offline for, a minute? A minute and a half?
Just a minute.
Just a minute and a half, when we're back up.
People are probably worried, like, are they okay?
I like that.
Yeah.
No.
And they stuck around and they're like, this has never happened before.
My stat I want to track now is who was there a person that actually like they jumped from stream to stream?
Yes.
Because they I need to stay on. That person will get a personal Venmo from me. If you jumped if you jumped from stream to stream and you were there after we cut off in the middle there, I will send you $20.
Oh, Starbucks gift card or a Chipotle gift card?
I need proof somehow.
Yeah.
But honestly, no, I trust you. $20.
$20. Love that. Great episode. We're in Paris. We're going to watch a football match later today. But Jack, show thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, if it was a great show. I really do think the interviews were money today. First off, we had Nick Bakshi, who joined us. He's an executive creative director here at BETC, which we're live from. Shout out to BETC here in Paris. And then we talked with Natalie Wills, SVP of Marketing of Expedia. Great conversation around how they're using creators. It cuts off in the middle, but I think what we'll do is we'll stitch it all together. So if you're joining now, just watch the full episode when we repost it on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify, and you'll be able to see that whole interview together. And then we finished with Brett Deshefsky, who was the host of Creator Beach at Cannes. Everyone talked about all the hype around creators. He was at the center of all of it, and he has a great perspective. We got past, we told him, we know that there's so much hype around it. Obviously, you want to promote creators, but he kept it real.
Yeah, he kept it real.
Anything from you?
No, it was a great episode. I think everybody should watch this one if you're just tuning in. Actually watch this one.
Other ones were you don't have to watch.
The 2-minute drill, how do we do there? I thought it was
2-minute drill was fine. Yeah, this one was all about the interviews, and I thought our DoorDash discussion was fun. Yeah. DoorDash, controversy, social media.
Yeah, you were
break every law.
Yeah, you said break the law if you missed that.
That feels like that's just not true.
And hey, everybody lock in for a second. We're going to be live one more time this week. Tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern time here in Paris, BETC. Please tune in here because after that, Jack, we're going on frickin' vacation.
We're taking our first vacation in company history. The whole company has it off. So JR and Ellie will be able to, they will be.
Are you sure? You want to make this statement?
They will be released from our.
What are their responsibilities during their week off?
Nothing. They have no responsibilities.
What happens if there's a carousel?
We have a great crew that's going to help us out to take care of all of that.
Got it.
So you know.
But it's not the full-time employees.
Ellie and JR are not to be contacted.
I'm going to talk to them. What if I just want to catch up?
Ellie
and talk
just did
ads?
the sign of the cross, so he is very grateful. I think.
But everybody's not working for how long?
For a week. So we'll finish up. We'll
I need
some loose ends.
I need a coach, a career coach, to talk me through this. Is this okay?
Well, I'm not actually going to be taking. I'm not actually going to take the week off.
No, we should do 60-second news and have just Ellie edit it or JR edit it every day. It's an hour of editing. Just to so you don't lose it, It's like
kidding.
Summer school.
Gino's kidding. He's not serious.
It's you get off of school in the summer and they make you have summer reading.
Yes, of course.
You're off of school, but you still have something to do.
Yeah, it's everyone. Oh, Ellie said that Gino's
I did my packets. I did my math packets.
You got it from you got the answers from.
I got the answers.
You got the answers from frickin' what's his name? What's that kid's name? The senator, the politician now, Andrew Honig. You got the answers.
No, Sebi and Eric Van Swol. Eric Van Swol gave me the answers in high school, and then in college we studied advertising together too. So he gave me some answers from advertising too.
Shout out, and now he gets a shout out. Now he's in the industry.
He's in the industry.
Yeah, so he's doing great.
Yeah,
he's doing great.
He's really good. He's in the paid search world,
awesome.
real, that's the real.
Yes,
there's numbers and stuff.
Yeah, that's where the money.
Yeah, that's digital advertising's world.
Yes,
they know their stuff.
They really do. It is its own. It is a totally separate. To me, it's a totally separate industry.
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
That's the good stuff, and they cover it well. I learned so much from DC.
The marketing folks interest me too, the CMOs and what goes on in that world, and then the performance world is so fascinating to me.
Yes, I mean they got to run all of it. It's so complex. I think there needs to be. You can't just have a CMO. I think you need I like the idea of a chief brand officer and a CMO. I think I'm starting to CMO to me in that situation, CMO is more performance.
The OpenAI did that, CMO of business, right?
Yeah, but it's kind of different because it's CMO of business, CMO of consumer. So they're still dealing with everything vertically.
There's nothing that's what would be the dream job?
At a big corporation.
In advertising and marketing. Because they all got their pitfalls.
I know. That's why I think that at the end of the day, being a creative, being creative is
Let's go back to the basics. Copywriter, art director.
maybe like in-house. I don't know. Like you'd have to be a really cool, award-winning
In-house
company that gets
at
it.
Apple.
Maybe.
Apple in-house, because you got TBWA Media Arts Lab always cooking too. That could be the...
There's just such few in-house. Such few brands that really have like an in-house creative team that really like gets to operate like a creative agency.
Yeah.
And so maybe it's like you almost think about, is it like more startup-y, something that doesn't have so many layers?
I'll finish with this. My dream in-house role would be a copywriter at WD-40. I feel like that brand is perfect.
Why?
Like nobody can make. There's no other They have it patented. Like it's everybody knows it. Everybody uses it. It's got 40 uses.
Are they known for
40
copywriting?
No.
Do you think though that you would get bored because it's too easy?
No, there's a million uses for WD-40.
But
it's like duct tape.
Because there's no competition, you're just constantly like, what's like the incentive to do better?
I think I do well in an environment with less pressure.
Oh, well, you picked the. Why are you doing this?
Well, no, there's no pressure. It's like I do in this environment.
Yeah, like we go through it.
I know. I've learned about that, since I started this. For example.
You learned through this.
I've learned through this.
Yeah,
My next job, I don't want any pressure. I just want to be like, oh, you're at WD-40, like you have the best job ever.
We'll see, though. I mean, who knows? Maybe you get into that role and you spend time there, and you're like, actually, the pressure is what got me excited.
Pressure makes diamonds.
Damn, diamonds are forever.
BETC, thank you for having us. If you're a brand, if you're somebody that's like trying to work in advertising, check out BETC.
Yeah.
They are crushing it.
They've been great to us. They've been really, really helpful. So it's awesome. That's the show. Tomorrow's our last episode before we take a week off, the week following off. So tune in. I'm sure it'll go off the rails. I'm sure the end of that episode will be funny. But 9 a.m. Eastern Time, LinkedIn, X, and YouTube. And for this episode, if you missed it or you are just catching on now, we're going to post the full episode on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify here in a moment.